something? Oh, I'll learn more later. No, I don't want to learn anything right now. We got that fixed. Whew. Hi, if you're tuning in, I can talk. If you're tuning in, I just dropped a bunch of rhinestones. I pushed go live, so we're picking up rhinestones. And I'm really trying, so maybe I have to give everybody a minute to get here. Do you know how hard it is to pick up rhinestones? It's really, really, really hard. Really, 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 really hard. Okay, almost did that one. Figure that we give everybody a minute that's around to say howdy. I'm going to go to that thing Saturday, but I have to Monday do more blood work for the thyroid endocrinologist. So since I have to do that, I'm be up the hill Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Coming back Monday evening. If I can drive myself, come back Monday evening. And that's all my life is running for stupid blood tests and prepping for surgeries. And okay, picked up my rhinestones. Anyone that wants to watch this later, look at this awesome cowlick I have in my hair. It's amazing. Oh, look at my cute shirt, Temu. It was $10, but I was like, that, the buttons on it, the gathering, the pleated, the ruffles, it was worth it to have somebody else make it. Okay, so I stopped last night after I burned my thumb trying to finish Dreamcatcher, and I had this almost done. So I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to do these little bitty earrings. But what I really want to do first is finish this and get it on a necklace. So that's sea glass, and then this up here is sea glasses too. It's just more of a green, and that's all different colors. James the Machinist. Well, what are we doing? Okay, well, I'm a retired parole officer, and since I can't do my job anymore because I have a sort of like MS, I craft, and my husband's a trapper, so I use leftover pieces. And my favorite thing to do is to take raccoon and coyote baculum and make pendants and earrings. So, howdy. If I didn't scare you away, maybe you'll stay. So, and it's just a lot of slow process, and we chit chat and we talk, and if it's not a channel for you, adios, and don't be a fucktard on the way out. Had a lot of troll traffic lately. It's really irritating. I didn't know they'd be such a chasm of ignorance in the world, but I guess it can be. So what I was gonna do was make a little bag out of this raccoon, but I'm down here on the cattle farm, and out of this, boy, this is a nice big one. And then I have a third one. He's a nice big one too. I have a third one. But all I really got to was getting the format down for this Coyote messenger bag. So it'd have to get finished up with reins, and I use split reins for my straps and stuff. I'll have to get him finished up, and but there's his tail. So I do lots of stuff like this. Well, he's coming for you because he ain't coming for me because I'm covered in the blood of Christ. So you can be scared. I ain't going to. You know, you wonder what the world's in, the state it's in, and then you get on YouTube and try to share, artisan work, and you realize how retarded people are. You are such an idiot. Go ahead and be an idiot, though. Maybe one day I'll be making jewelry out of yours. I'm a retired parole officer, though, so be careful what you say because I still do run heavy in the circuit. DAs love to get people that have federal crimes because they say naughty things over the internet that could be sexual assaults, and then when it crosses state lines, it becomes a federal offense. Your ISP is logged to my YouTube forever. They can find you wherever you go. It's called metadata. It's lovely. People are stupid. Thank you, Care Bears. It's like a race to be like who can be the stupidest. I mean, right now I think it's our president, but I mean it's like a race to be who can be the stupidest, and the most ignorant, and the most asinine, and the most vile person in the world. It's horrible. So right now all I'm doing is resining these on, and I get resin all over me and all over everything else. So it's just a process. I end up absolutely covered. So it's just what happens. People really like these. I normally put gems and like turquoise and stuff on them and sodalite, but I had these really awesome sea sediment that they had crushed. It's sea glass, and I love it. Howdy to Switzerland. Thank you. I appreciate the kindness. So, and I do with the bigger stuff, I wire them on, but with the smaller stuff, I don't. I just resin them on. But these larger chunks of sea glass take a little extra gumption to make stay. So yeah. Let's see. What do you want to know about me? When I was young, my dad was a blacksmith and a preacher. My mother was a teacher. And I grew up working cattle, halter broke show cattle, and trained horses and helped them shoe horses. Sometimes worked chicken houses, and I worked a lot of farms where you had to feed cattle and mules. And worked my way through college working at a Pasadena farm. And then when I finished my master's, I was working full time for the Department of Corrections and raising 2 kids and married. And but I got injured when I was about 24, 25. I worked at a wilderness boot camp for violent youth, and we were cutting timber to make our own cabins. And I got the other 13 kids away from him, but that made him mad, so he chucked the axe at me. And I looked at him and went, "Oh, son," because it made me mad. And he ran. It took us an hour and a half to find him. I've never had, I guess, a girly job, but that's okay. And now I've got, from the damage of all those nerves that he hit, I've got a disorder to where my muscles and tendons don't always, it's like MS. It's like MS, except for they can't give me an infusion every month to help control it. So that's what it is. So I haven't been posting much stuff. Well, thank you, Care Bears. I'll see you. I'll see you soon. I haven't been posting pet stuff. I'm from the Cumberland Plateau in Tennessee. My husband traps mostly like nest predators, but he also does coyotes. Oh gosh, coyotes, beaver, otter, mink, bobcat, fox. I'm trying to think of everything I have to make into jackets or hats or gloves. So he does pretty good. Right now he's privately probably employed by a several thousand acre farm. And it's because the nest predators had taken they had taken all the birds. And if your land ain't got birds, your land's screwed. And so the new owner of the farm hired him. And so that's right now the only place he's trapping. But he also works He also works full time. Am I depressed? I would say some days I am. I'm say some days I'm not. But I have my master's in psychology, so I think I would know. I have a really ratty hairdo this morning because it's got calyx everywhere. But I think I have on a very cute shirt. I have on an evil eye because I'm Cherokee, and I'm making jewelry. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Are you depressed? Is that why you asked the question? Sometimes we like reverse, and we ask others what we wish they would ask us. Mm. Yeah, if you blink, you ain't gonna miss much in Tennessee. I am like an hour from either interstate. I'm really remote, so we're about 20 years behind the rest of the goddamn world. Good evening. It's morning here, but howdy do. I've got the most horrible hairdo, but half of it's because I've got my glasses up. So, okay, so right here is a raccoon baculum with sea glass, and I did wrap it. I did wire wrap it because these heavy, heavy beads are flipping dangerous. You need to add a little extra gumption to make them stay. I do rattles and ceremonial sticks too, but I only do a few a year for the tribes, and all the tribes have already gotten all of those, so I have no more of those to show anybody because they get picked up in the early spring, and they get the finest skulls. So my husband has trapping license and taxidermy license, and we pay so freaking much for license. It's pathetic. But I enjoy making those through the winter. It gives me kind of something to do. Here's where my neuromuscular disorder comes in, is trying to put these chains through these little holes. It's irritating. But yeah, we live a different life than most people, but hey, I would hope that everybody has some kind of different lifestyle than, God, if we were all the same, it would be such a boring world. I think that's why cities and metro areas have such a hard time with crime and stuff, is because everybody's the same, and because everybody's the same, they critique each other so harshly. Like here in the country, you're like, oh, you like to do that? Oh, okay, well, I don't rightly like to do that, but hey, you go and do it. In the city, it's like, you like to do that? No, man, you can't do that. I mean, I lived both places, and I came home to the hills, so people are mean. Actually, it's just because of the lockdown and everything they did like a mass psychosis. They split societies, made everybody scared of each other, and broke down the family, the nuclear family, the church family. Although you could go to the titty bar and the liquor store, and it just was really big damage to society, to communities. No one interacts anymore, and they think this stupid square is interaction. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because if you were in my face and you said some of the things you said, you'd meet Jesus real quick. But, you wouldn't say it in my face. And that's why we have lost so much of our integral parts of the community. This is a coyote baculum. You can tell because they look like a little hewed out canoe. I thought it was pretty. And then I did a really plain one because, some people like plain ones. And some people, mostly it's women, they like them really blinged out and jeweled out. And they want like several different kinds of jewels on them. This one is just a very simple one with a silver raven head on it, with just a little bit of wire wrapping right there. Really simple. Probably a man will buy that one. The Cherokee would make this for fertility, obviously. Woohoo. I just make it because I think it's freaking hilarious. Yep, I'm a fella hillbilly. Yep. I'm very proud to be a fella hillbilly. I see you, your dress. I have on a shirt. It's a shirt. It's a shirt. It's shirt. You want to see my tattoos? There's my tattoos. Covered in tattoos. Message held for review. If you hold a message for review, it's because you're a pansy ass and don't say it out loud because you know how to get you in trouble. So I'm a very nice person until provoked. Do not provoke me. I have a very great subgroup. We're just a giant family. But I have no problem sending you elsewhere. Trash can. Okay, one of the things that I would say if you can ever get on Temu to buy, this is great. They give you, oh gosh, there's tons of them. You've got basically every gem that most people want in jewelry, and you can unwrap them into bunches or you can unwrap them into just singular pieces. And I use these a lot because I like copper. Copper's good for your body. Copper's good for the soul. Copper's good for everything. So I will unwrap these. I broke something. My necklace. I will unwrap these and then wrap them around some of. So you can get them into little bunches and you can take them down from there as well. How many tats? I've got half my back done. It says one joy scatters 100 grief. One joy scatters 100 griefs. I've got Freddie Mercury, which has been portrayed in Puerto Rico, because I know Peter Freestone. Sweet pie, love him to death. I've got my grandbaby's names, and then I've got Brian May. I've got Chris Cornell's signature here, another Freddie, a Phoebe Bird because I've met Peter Freestone and we keep in touch, and everybody's signatures. And then I've got a bird for everyone on my caseload that passed away when they were on my caseload. Because most parole officers are buttholes, but I really cared about the people that I supervised. And my tattoo artist passed away about 3 years ago. So I've had 2 new things done just to add my grandbaby's names. But I've left this one virtually untouched. He needed to go back and do it's hard to see. This is the pizza box lighting they had on all their concerts. And this is Freddie at about 81, 82 in that leather jacket with the microphone before he got really sick. They estimated he got sick at around 84 because he was going clubbing really bad in New York. And I know a lot of stories I probably shouldn't know because I know a lot of people in the loop. But I used to go to the North American Queen Conventions. They had the last one last year. They're having no more. Why? Because the government, instead of when you were doing charity work, which we sent all of our money to either the AIDS project or to St. Jude's, they would take maybe 20-30%. Now they take almost all of it. So we decided, no, it's okay. We ain't giving you no money. So they stopped. And it's sad, but I understand why they stopped. I mean, it was a headache to put on anyway, but we were a really good family. It was a really bunch of great people. I don't know. I was like born in the wrong decade or something because I like a lot of older music, but I also like a lot of weird music. Like my poor Jeep. The music I've put into it go from Cher to Queen to JJ Lawhorn. If you don't know JJ Lawhorn, you're sleeping on JJ. You need to go listen to JJ Lawhorn. Billy Joe Shaver. I've been to Georgia on a fast train, honey. I went and born on yesterday. Got a good Christian raising and 8th grade graduation. Ain't no needing y'all treating me this way. So now I have established my hillbilly roots, I guess. I always thought his guitarist was Eddie. I always thought he could be better than he was, but yeah. Oh my gosh, they have twisted these into 50,000 ways, but it takes a while, but you can get them untwisted. But what I like to do is take them. Let me get another way. Let's see, let's do a smaller one. Well, I want those two for earrings. So hang on. I'll do this one. He's kind of close to the end. Okay. So this is a baculum of a raccoon. So what I like to do is start down here with, this is amethyst on copper wire, and I'll put them into place. I'll resin them into place, and then I like to wrap the copper up because it shines so nice against that bone. And so I do this. And then you have to do your resin work down here, and you have to make sure it's going to stay put right here. Resin is a pain in the butt. It sticks to everything, and it's not that bad to work with, but I have to push the gems and crystals around, and I have to take a bath and like use a Brillo pad because it gets all over me. I'll listen to a little bit of anything. I like a lot of like I listen to weird stuff like Mastodon and stuff, and it's like, and then the next thing on my radio will be Bill Monroe or Ralph Stanley. I tell everybody I'm musically bipolar. I have diagnosed myself. I have the credentials to do so. So I just like to. My hairstyle is, it looks like 50. All the cows on the farm licked it today, but it's where I've had mine. But I'm running a mullet. I'm having thyroid issues. I'm fixing to have thyroid surgery. And so my hair was like down to here, and it was all dying. And so I said, just cut it off. And when she started cutting it off, it looked like Joe Dirt. And I said, just mullet me. And so we just put a mullet there. And it's grown out quite a bit, but I've got to do a course of medicine and a bunch of blood work and pre-op test. And then I should have the thyroid yanked out around the 1st of September. I was a power lifter in high school, and I've always worked like farm jobs and Department of Correction jobs where you had to be big, powerful, and I probably just overdid my body, honestly. But I mean, nah. And after all the knee surgeries, I gained a whole bunch of weight because of the steroids. And business in the front, party in the back. And so I've lost like 100 pounds last year. But when I was 14, I was benching like 150 and leg pressing like 600. I was lifting weights with the football team. I had a signed permission slip to lift weights with the football team. And all the girls were jealous. But I was just lifting weights. I had to be strong because I halter broke show cattle for farms. And so they would be 600 to 800 pounds before you get to pick the bull. And then you'd have to teach them to lead and behave. They don't like to do that very much. Oh, I'm making a raccoon baculum pendant. Hang on a second. Let me get this resin and I'll show you what it is. And if you don't know, if you have to Google baculum, right now is a good time to do it. Would you stop asking English or Spanish? I speak hillbilly, redneck. Get over it. Okay, I've got one more to do. But so this is, minus the copper and stuff I just been. This is a raccoon baculum. Okay, it's raccoon weeby. And the Cherokee tribes, for a lot of time, they would make jewelry out of them for fertility and for, they wanted many, many children in the tribes. And so I keep this going and I make them and people love them. And I try to make them all different. So I've got to finish resining these on, and then we'll do more to it. And some I make really plain and some I make really, really, really just tacky and gaudy, because there's always one person that wants the most tacky and gaudy piece of jewelry, and I make it for them, and somebody, they eventually buy it. So now I've got a feather stuck to me. Yeah, everybody goes, we're not. Yeah, my husband is a trapper and tanner, and he does some taxidermy work. I grew up doing taxidermy work because my brother was a taxidermist and he had hunting lodges. So I was hunting like 600-pound hogs in a hunting lodge when I was, gosh, I was young. And then I ended up to where my son was like 5 when he did his first hunt. And everybody's like, why would you let your son do that? Well, because you eat your whole life. And if you're going to harvest an animal to eat it, you need to be up close and personal for your first harvest so that you always show that animal respect. These people with these rifles that go out for hundreds and hundreds of yards, they don't necessarily understand what they're doing to the animal. But if you see it up close and personal, you will absolutely make a good shot so that the animal does not suffer. What's the biggest animal your brother's? Oh gosh, he's done those big. We call them exotic billy goats. Those big rams, bear, half life size wild tail. He's done everything. Um, he slowed down in his older years, but he got a big buck in Canada last year, and he mounted it. So if you want to go see his page, it's Hunt, TENN Hunt Farm Guy. Because he used to own a bunch of chicken farms, but he sold them. So he ain't near as nice as me. I would not poke the bear though. But he's got a lot of his hunting stuff on there. He just went bear hunting up in Canada a couple months ago, and I think he and my dad are going to go back. I don't travel to bear hunt. We got enough of them local around here, so if I'm able after my thyroid surgery, I'll just take a couple out of the population here because they are just wreaking havoc. A black bear that is a nuisance is like a toddler, a drunk toddler, or a very sleepy toddler. They just amble around and slap things down and bite things, and they get kind of mad and tear things up, and you're just like, dude, there was no reason to do that. One of them last week was standing and looking at the bank teller through the window, and she was terrified. But I guess that's kind of like a human zoo for a bear. Thought that was kind of funny. So I've got amethyst on this, and I'm going to put aventurine. So I just wrapped those on. Now I'm going to resin them. Heck, no FedEx. I've been through 7 people at FedEx, and honestly, listen, I have decided. I ask people, what delivery service do you use now? Because I will never use anything that uses FedEx ever again. So they back in and took out about 600 to 800 worth of vinyl fence here at the farm, and I've gone through 7 or 8 people that was supposed to help me fix it. Because the first time they denied it because they said it was a package. I said, I didn't know my fence on my property was a package. You're working with people with some low grade intelligence there. So, but I have his light ring to the back of his van. I said, all you gotta do is look for repairs and match it, and there's your man, and you can fix my fence. And they put me through so many people, and I told them they should just do a criminal destruction of property and take him to freaking court. Be a pain in their butt for a while instead of a pain in mine. See, ain't I just a ray of sunshine? I'm just a ray of sunshine. But he didn't even get out. He hid the fact that he hit the fence, and he didn't even get out to say, sorry, sir, I hit your fence. We'll make this right. He just hit it and ran, and I thought, you little turd. You little turd. But honestly, a man that can't back up a FedEx van, I could have turned around a cattle trailer there. I mean, men are not men anymore. It's just scary. Men are not men anymore. It's kind of funny and kind of scary at the same time. Now, if you've ever seen a picture of my husband, he is a big Grizzly Adams. But all these new solo boys that they want to be women's best friends. Well, what's your motive there, son? It's still the same motive. You just think you're going to sneak in by being a, what is it, an unimposing little shy friend, but we still know what your motive is. But I'd rather see big men that take care of their families than these little scared men of everything. Of course, I guess I pack a step bigger than most men, so that's why I'm like that. I had a murderer one day when I did a home visit tell me he's going to kill me. I said, buddy, I can't even get you to do 22 hours of community service work. I said, you dig that hole and put me in it. I said, I will applaud you from the other side. I said, but I don't think you're about to dig a hole this big. He said, yeah, I'm kind of lazy. Yeah, just a little bit. Felt perfectly safe in his company. He was lazy. You're a treasure. I'm a weirdo. I actually do a lot of, if my legs are doing good and stuff and my body's doing good. The thyroid's really taking me down. You can see the big rings in my eyes. Oh gosh. But I try to do a lot of farm stuff and legends watch me make the rattles and stuff. But until I get through my thyroid surgery, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do. And I just resined both tips of those fingers. Look at that. Whoa. Get to pull that off later, and that hurts like a some biscuit eater. Oh. Okay, there we go. Now I think we should do some little turquoise beads up this since we've got. So we've got amethyst and we've got adventurine. And that's adventurine because fluorite would be lighter. Lighter. I have a piece of fluorite somewhere. I've been getting really heavy on sodalite too. I've been making a lot of stuff with sodalite. Oh, here's fluorite. That's how light fluorite is. It looks almost clear, just with a green tint. I've been saving. Listen, okay, you want to know why coyotes are mad? I've been saving these little coyote baculum for earrings because see, they'll be like that. This is a raccoon. This is a little coyote. That's why they're mad. I mean, honestly, that's why they're mad. I think I'm onto something there. I've been writing an article about coyotes versus rogue dogs and the decimation of livestock and domestic animals. And I've been writing it for a while because I've had to talk to the TWRA and the USDA and then some colleges. Dan Flores, who wrote Coyote America, great guy. If you ever want to learn something about coyote, Dan Flores is your man. I'm going to open this and then I'm going to drop every one of these. I know that's what's going to happen. But I do a lot of writing for the local paper. And I've been working on this one for a long time because a lot of people are scared of coyotes, but rogue dogs are much more terrifying. They're much more hostile. I have a bag that closes, so I'm going to use that before I spill them all. I don't know what you're saying, but there's good and bad in each crew, and the one thing I will say is that the gangsters, they'll be the first ones that turn tail and run when they don't have their family members beside them, because I'm here to tell you, they may act like they got something going on. They're a big mean boy, but if they ain't got 5 of their friends with them, they'll run. Want to hear a funny story? So I supervised this one guy. He had red hair. He did not look like an offender. He looked like he was going to go into the spelling bee. He had really thick glasses, like Coke bar glasses. But honestly, he was just in the wrong line of work. just the wrong line of work. And I kept telling him, maybe this is just not what you're supposed to be doing with your life. And he, little idiot, robbed a Walgreens and took a bunch of stuff. But the cops caught him. You want to know why? He had irritable bowel syndrome. And so before he got down the alley, he had to drop trowel and take care of business. That was the funniest police report to read. I think I stopped and made every officer in the building read. And so when I went to serve his warrant on him, I said, hey, I think I have an idea that might help you if you do this again. He said, really what? And I said, next time grab some Pepto on the way out. Bless him. He's doing really good now. He's gotten out and being a father to his kid and doing great. And it's nice to see him do well. I'm like a champion for the underdog. Lawyers are hyenas. Let's just be honest with it. I ain't never met a lawyer I liked. They're just hyenas, just wanting a carcass. But if you really work with somebody that's just a bad decision maker, they can turn their life around. And I love it when they turn their life around and people get upset that person is doing good, doing well. So one of my biggest success stories, he's now in musical ministry. And he likes to write songs about overcoming addiction and do songwriting competitions and also go to all these places, recovery places, and share his music and his story. And I met him, and they gave him to me because all the other officers were afraid to take him because he had like 20-something aggravated assaults. I mean, it was like the aggravated assaults never ended. It was just like, how did he ever get a parole option? Because, dude, it was like 5 pages of issues. And I tried to provoke him. He was just as nice as he could be. I'm in my office. That's where I've got my backup. So I'm trying to learn this guy. Nicest guy ever. And I thought, what is wrong with you? And so I gave him a nickname of Pantene because he had pretty blonde hair, but he looked like somebody could be hired onto the Viking cast. But we learned after a couple months of developing a work rapport that when people would see him as mean, because he was 6'4" and huge, I mean, he was just mean looking, he would respond in like. And I said, so if they think you're mean, you act mean. If they think you're nice, you act nice. He said, well, yeah. I said, so you're letting people lead you by the nose to prison? Are you that stupid? He goes, well, God, I never thought about it like that. I said, yeah, we're going to have to work on this. Well, now he's doing great. He's a homeowner. He's writing wonderful. I share a lot of his songs on my channel. And if you want to see the whole story about that he gave me permission to share, it's on my page called When God Used Pantene. You'll get the joke when you watch it. But he has just become a phenomenal person. And where I've been sick, he has literally hunted me down on the internet and been like, I heard you were sick. Are you okay? I've got the church praying for you. I mean, he has just blossomed into a beautiful person. So it's nice to know that sometimes you can salvage. But it's hard work. If you're someone that's, gone to prison, it's hard work to overcome that and to change and to unlearn all those things you learned that got you there. So I'm super proud of anyone that has taken the time to better themselves because it don't happen a lot. So I'm their cheerleader. Not a very pretty one, but I'm the cheerleader. Okay, so now we've got this going on. I always think it looks like rock candy when I make them like this, but I make some that are just kind of really pretty too, but I'm going gaudy today because, it just seems the right thing to do. So now I have got to wire on a jump ring, my most favorite thing to do, not. Okay. Actually, I think I'll do this. You know, I'm smart, but I don't speak a whole bunch of different languages, so chill time. That's what I need to be doing, chilled. I'm gonna try to go to a event tomorrow if I feel like it. It's my heart is being affected by this stupid thyroid, so it depends on if my heart's doing good. But I'm wanting to go to a like craft vendor fair, and they're having a um, hang on. This is the hard part. They're having a concert there too by some upcoming guy. I didn't remember his name. Sorry, I just was told about it. So I'm wanting to go to that tomorrow, and it'd be literally the first time I've been anywhere. I can't tell you since when. Oh my gosh! Like all I see are cows and the dogs here at the farm. That's all I see. So I'm really wanting to go. So if I do go, I will definitely take video and post it on my channel because I don't get out much anymore where I've been so sick. But I've had 3 decent days, so I'm thinking it's a good sign. Maybe I can go out and have some fun, see some friends, talk to people, people, and just have a good time. You know, I'm thinking about doing something really weird to this one. Let's do something really weird to this one. I've never done this before. I've got this wired up here so that they can always put a clip on it. So if they want to put a clip to a leather or a different kind of, you know, because these things are rather heavy. And if they want to put it on a heavier necklace, I want them to have a way to clip it to either another jump ring or something like that. Let's put some soda light on this and see if we can make this happen here. And soda light is mostly blue, but it's blue to gray to white. And it's really pretty. Finding the goddamn holes to put it on those. There we go. And then what I have to do is take these little clippers and do a little twisty. This is where I'm blind. Hello. Glasses. I don't think they helped much. Twist it up. All the extra. And then you take your big ones and you lay it down. You clamp it to the bead. And then I'll put a little bit of resin there too. I just wanted to give it a different profile. I never make anything the same. Dream catchers, nothing. I never make anything the same. Even though all the little ladies at powwows when I was little always told me, you have to do it like this, you have to do it. I never did. I always did it different. I don't listen very well. I'm very independent. So I would always be in there, you little turd. There you go. I would always do it the way I wanted to do it. Now, to cover the end of that, I'm going to get a bead cap. Momentarily, let me find them. I have too much crap around me. Oh, wait. No, I'm afraid that'll fall off. I was going to say I could put a tooth there, but I'm afraid it'd fall off. No, I'm afraid it'd fall off. Good thought. Afraid it'd fall off. Okay, we'll put one of these there. I like to do like the back molars of the coyotes. I like to wrap them and make them into big earrings. And every time I wear them anywhere, I've had people in post office say, "Take them off. I'll buy them off of you right now." And I'm like, "I wore them." They're like, "We'll take them home, soak them." And I'm like, "Okay." Really weird. But they are very pretty. But you got to have the very back molar, the biggest one, because that's the most impressive one. Oh, you little stinker, stick. 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 Okay. Now let me get him permanently stuck. Let's see. Why did you retract a message? My lord. If you're going to have the balls to say it, leave it for everybody. I mean, I let stupidity shine on my channel. I'll just let everybody see how stupid you are. I supervise murderers. You ain't gonna say nothing to make me mad. I've been called everything but a white girl. And if you can't spell it, it don't count. I think it's almost done. And what I'll do is I actually will lay these in the windowsill just because the UV light from the sun. Okay, look, I gave that one an extra dangle. And I'm going to actually push it down. But I put a bead cap on it to make it pretty. And so that's got 3 different gems on it. Well, 4 sodalite and silver. So pretty neat, huh? I mean, you may not think it is. I think it's pretty doggone neat. I need to make 5,000 more of these. My husband takes them out of everything and then gifts them to me and is like, here, because I guess he thinks this is like, woohoo, craft time. But these are, I take this very seriously because this is part of my lineage from the Cherokee, and it's just like, it's time consuming. And when I don't have good hand days, I can't do it. So, but I've got a couple skulls and I've got a couple hides I'm going to be doing some real neat stuff with here in the next couple days. And if I go to that thing tomorrow, I'll show you some of the stuff my husband does. I'm very sick, and so I can't be alone because of the stuff that the thyroid is doing. So I get babysat. I'm either at the farm or at the house. I literally am being babysit. It's pathetic. But I had a really bad tachycardic. That's such a weird word. Anyway, I had a really bad event the other day. Ended up in the ER, and they were like, "You can't be alone." And I was like, "Thank you." Ruined my life. So now me and my pug zoo go everywhere together. Okay. Just wanted to get that copper stuck in there so it wouldn't stick somebody. So there's that one. Hello, Elizabeth camera. There's that one. I think that's pretty. I'm hooking it on my mother's sewing rack. My mother basically has a quilt shop in her basement. She could run a business. What did agent say? What did agent say? I agree with that. Yo soy de, let's see, how do you say that? Oh no, Yo soy de Cumberland Plateau. Now then, let's make some little coyote baculum earrings. Not my favorite thing to do. I have a little gem drill that I can drill through gems, but because I'm an idiot, I don't have them with me today. But I may be able to make something work. Hang on. That's the wrong bag. These work. Hola, ¿cómo está? Used to work. What is it? What is it? Trabajo. I used to work for a little Puerto Rican man that trained Pasafinos. And while he taught me lots of words, they were normally not the nice ones. But I loved him just the same. He was my little sweetie pie bonus dad. I just adored him. He was a good man. He taught me a lot with horses too. My dad was a blacksmith, and I was raised with horses, but they trained in a completely different manner, and I really enjoyed learning about that because to me, I think it was just a much better, a much better event for the horse. So I really miss him. He was something special. He had a dog named Buster, but because of the accent, the dog thought his name was Booster, so you couldn't call Buster. You would have to say Booster, Booster. And then Buster would come running, and I'd be like, my lord, the dog. But it was funny. I mean, it was. Especially for people that had never been there before and actually thought the dog's name was Booster. He had never heard of Ray Stevens, and he had never, and y'all probably never have either, he had never heard the song Sex Symbols by Ray Stevens, which is freaking hilarious. If you've not ever heard it, you should go listen to Sex Symbols by Ray Stevens. Hang on. I need an extra hand. Doggone it. Come on, stick. Got you. Anyway, he had never heard that song. And so I came into the barn and go, hey, Julio. He go, no, it's Julio. And I would just cackle. And he'd be like, ¿Qué pasa? And I'd be like, I'm not telling you what that is, but I'm telling you what's up with that. You're just going to figure that on your own. And he would put the phone in a bucket when he was working in the arena so I could answer the phone if it rang at the barn. But he forgot this one time and he put it in his back pocket. And it was just ringing over the speaker system in the barn. This was a pretty decent barn. And he goes, it's a Isabella. What do I pay you for? And I said, not to answer your butt. That's what's ringing. He pulled that out of us. He goes, oh, lo siento. I said, forgiven. He laughed. We got along real good. He was a really good guy. And when he passed away, his wife sent me his rope. I still have it. He was a good man. So on my way to get my master's in psychology, I did a lot of farm labor, which was what I was taught to do my whole life. I grew up chicken houses, beef, mules, draft horses. It's what you grow up doing around here. And I am trying. I've got the hook on there because, I have a brain. Now I'm trying to find these little shiny things. I also do Timu hauls. Yes, Cumberland Plateau. Yep, you got the accent right. I like to do Timu hauls too, but I don't haul like normal Timu stuff. I got me a holster and a knife sheath one day, and people were freaking out. I thought that was funny. Let's see what we can do here. Las Vegas. I've got a friend that actually moved from Las Vegas several years ago. She lives way closer to me now, but she did not really care for Las Vegas. How do you find Las Vegas? I've never been to Las Vegas. Stop it. Stay. Sit, boo-boo, sit. This is where you get into issues with getting these stupid things to stick. I have a little clamp at home. And again, I don't have it with me because when I pack, apparently my IQ drops 50 points. Stay, boo-boo, stay. Okay, you're not going to stay, so we'll just do something else. I want them to kind of match. That's the problem. I watched that niche lady that does all the Goodwill stuff in Las Vegas, and she was out going to Goodwill and thrifting there, and she's like, it's just 106, and I'm like, lady, just 106? No, ma'am. You would not find me thrifting at 106. I don't even care if you got air conditioner too, and from that 5 seconds you got to walk through the door. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. My mother is making alum, or candied cucumbers that requires a soak in alum, so if you hear water going everywhere, that's what she's doing. Don't you fall. I got you stuck there. Don't you fall. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I'd be like, no, thank you. I'll sit at home and make jewelry out of dead things. But I bought a pair of, not a pair, I bought an 8-piece set of chicken carved napkin rings off of her, and they looked like something that my grandma had when I was little, so I immediately was like, oh, I've got to have those. And I got those, and I split them with my daughter when she got married. And so I bought stuff from her. But I've really gotten into watching the Thrilled Thrifter in the last little bit. I like to watch people shop because I never get out of the house because of my stupid health. So I like to watch people shop, especially like thrift shop and stuff. I used to love thrift shop. You can find taxidermy and Goodwills. I mean, my Lord, it's just weird. But I've been watching the Thrilled Thrifter, and her name's Julie. She's thrifted her whole home, and it is gorgeous. She's got like the old country pioneer kind of primitive, which, well, my house is full of taxidermy. I can't. I try to keep a style going, but my husband, when your husband's a trapper entertainer, it's hard to not have. I've got like down my whole hallway is just nothing but coyote pelts hanging up, just waiting to be turned into something. And I'm just like, I can't decorate. Decorate with dead things, I guess. But people come in my house and they have to like take a 5-minute oh my god view, and it kind of freaks them out a little bit, I think. But I name all my taxidermy. I love my taxidermy. Lord. Oh great, I'm gonna have to cut that off. Oh no, it came out. Okay. And I used to watch the Crazy Lamp Lady, but something about her just rubbed me the wrong way one day, and I was just like, sorry, lady. I can't watch you anymore. I really tried, but I don't know. I just didn't care for her after that. Coyote baculum earrings. I just made the necklace that they're going to go with. Boy, my legs hurt today. I make weird stuff. I'm blaming it on my native heritage. I look like every cow on the farm licked my hair today. Are you stuck there now? Yes, you're stuck there now. I work with resin so much that I get resin all over me. Okay. Let's see. I want to make them kind of match. Not exactly, but kind of match. swear if my dad comes down here, he is a hoot. I will turn off the thing because he is just, oh, he will take over and make a show, a comedy show. So I get these that are copper, and like this is pink quartz, and so I like to use copper and gems, crystals, um, sea glass. So, and if somebody's sending me held messages because they don't like it, I don't care. It's my life. I do what I want to do. I'm native, and if you're saying that you don't like my native culture, you're a racist. All those words y'all throw at me. Yeah, so I like to throw them back sometimes. This is just my way of life. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Scratch your butt and get happy. Good Lord, have mercy. These things are all wound up. I want the easy ones. Thank you. Okay, we'll do this. Okay, we'll do this. Because it's got both of those on it. This is what we'll do. Although I'm going to have to take a couple of these off. Oh, we'll do this. Hey, see, things just work out. So I'm going to put this adventuring at the bottom. I put fluorite at the top because it's just a little bit lighter. That way we've got 3 gems on here. And I like to put as many gems on as possible. And then I wrap my copper as cute as possible, which sometimes is not so cute. And then I'm going to resin the beads, but I'm going to resin the copper first because I don't want somebody's ear getting jabbed. Because I wouldn't want to buy something and have my ear get jabbed. Just saying. Have I ever seen a UFO? If I did, I didn't know it. It's one of those existential crisis questions, like nobody knows. They think on it and they ponder on it and it makes them terribly nervous, but they don't really know. That is my mother's chihuahua. I call him Satan. And that may be my husband. Also, because of my heart condition, I can't drive myself, so I feel like a 5-year-old right now. So, yes, life's just lovely right now. Try to get these to stick to the end of this back. And it's just a bone. It's just the bone inside the pee-pee. That's all it is. Every animal has it. And I just try to get it to not flail around and to get stuck in these gems. I'm going to make one more and then I'm going to be done. I'm making earrings and necklaces out of raccoon and coyote baculum. No, I'm not testing a diamond. I'm resining adventuring to the end of this little tiny coyote baculum earring. So it will go with, ouch. I don't know, it could go with 2 or 3. I'm just going to make the set out earrings. This is the coyote baculum, the big one. So hang that up somewhere and let it finish sealing and drying for a minute. One more to go. Hallelujah. Then I got to pick up all this mess. Forgot about that. Okay, we want another fluorite. Another fluorite and another pink quartz. That is too big. Another fluorite and another pink quartz. That's too big. Use this one. Can you turn around? Ha 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 ha. Listen, I'm not going to say anything, but your Echo Pod buddy, he says he really misses you. And when you come back, when you get your rested the next time, pick a really pretty shade lipstick. Because I know about you and the Podfather. Yeah, I was a parole officer for a long time. I have a really rude sense of humor, so deal with it. Yeah, really. Everybody thinks they're so tough, and then when they get arrested, they turn into crying 3-year-olds. I've still got like 400 or 500 open warrants under my name, and it's so funny because you will see, these big, oh, I'm a big tough man, I'm a big tough man. And then, oh man, oh, you're calling girl, make her bring me some clean long johns. It's so cold in that jail. Really? That's what worries you? You went out and stole $70,000 worth of stuff and you're worried about the air conditioning in the jail? Lord have mercy. I would be worried about way worse than that. I mean, good Lord. The fact that you have to crap backwards on the pot so no other men will look at you? Yeah. Can you tell I had that job that long now? Because you don't want to get into any romantic interludes with some of them people. But people that have never done nothing like that, then they get on here and they say stuff and they don't understand that their ISP is logged to this channel now, and if I were to say that was inappropriate and show it to a district attorney, they could go after them, and if they were in another state, then it would become a federal issue, and then you'd be screwed, buddy. But people don't read the law, apparently. Not a lot. They especially don't read the fine print. And I try to warn you every time. You come on here and you act like the biggest dip doodles I ever met in my life. And you're like, oh, I'm a criminal. What'd you do? Hindering a secured creditor. Oh, you didn't pay your car bill? You tough man, you. It's funny. I'm a criminal. Yeah, buddy. Nissan hates you. It's funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Kia hates you. Nissan was way too nice. Oh, Lord. I've almost got the earring on. So then the stones go quicker, and I'm going to be done very soon. And I'm tired. I've done like 8 or 10 pairs of earrings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 necklaces. And now this pair of earrings. And I'm just tired. Hey, Braden, how you doing? It's not been a long time. You popped on when I was on the back porch the other day. How you liking being out of school? See, I remember. It's kind of a double-edged sword because you miss school, but you've waited so long to get away from it. When I graduated, I was really good at school. So when I graduated, I had to find something else that I would be good at. And that took a while. And I was very upset by that because I was like, I'm always good at everything. Well, why can't I find anything I'm good at? And it just takes a while to settle into life. And become who you're supposed to be. It's very difficult. Like, nobody tells you that growing up is just a crapshoot. It's very. Yes, see, I remember. I try not to remember the hateful people, but you've been one of the nice people, so I remember you. Of course, that I graduated. Well, I know because my master's, I didn't graduate fully out of school till like 30. But I mean, when you're raising two kids and trying to keep a marriage going, and things just get done when they get done. Yeah, you miss it now. I always, I don't know, I always tried to use the gaps in between to better myself. So I'd like read a book I'd always heard the teachers talk about, or I would, you know, order a math tutorial thing that I thought would help me. I hate math. I mean, I'm decent at it, but it's not my favorite thing. I mean, I hate math. And I would always try to better myself. And then I go back to school, and it's like they would have changed the entire protocol. And I'm like, excuse me, I worked really hard. Why aren't we doing the same thing that you did with the people last year? And I would get really irritated because I was like, my GPA is not going to recover. But I actually could have graduated early, but I wanted to take a few more law classes. I like law classes, they're interesting. I know who, well, I've met people that love math, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? There's got to be something wrong with you. Oh, Lord. I'm down at the farm today. I've been down here for, oh gosh. Well, I went up to get my films that the hospital mailed because they had to mail it to the address that was on file at the time of the testing. So I got my ultrasound films, and then I got the stomach bug, and I was stuck up on top of the hill for 7 or 8 days. And in 7 or 8 days, I got a death threat from the neighbor, the crazy neighbor, and then the cop knocked on the door one day, and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Well, your neighbor says you're outside making finger guns at her, and she's scared." And I was like, "Dude, go away." I was like, "I cannot stay out of the bathroom long enough to make finger guns, and finger guns are not illegal, so go away." And he just laughed, and he said, "We know it's retaliation." And he's like, "We're trying to help you out." And he's like, "We're trying to note all this." And I'm like, "Well, I appreciate that, but I'm going back to the bathroom, so you need to leave." Um, but it's just like, oh, it's been crazy town, so I just try to stay at the farm. But I've got blood work. I want to go to a thing in a little community tomorrow, and if I do that, that will wear me out. So I'll have to rest Sunday, and then I have blood work Monday because I've got to have my thyroid taken out in September. Have you missed? You've missed all that, haven't you? It's life's getting rough around here. I think I've given every voluntary organ I can. I'm kind of getting over it. I want to keep some, but the doctors don't want you to. I trust almost no doctors. I've seen vets that are better doctors than medical doctors. But yeah, it's been a crapshoot around here. So I had a tachycardic heart event, and so now I can't be left alone. So everywhere I go, I have to be a babysit. I can't drive, and I'm like, let's just hurry up and rip this thyroid out and get me on some medicine so I can be normal again. Hey, that would be nice. But doctors are never in any hurry because they're not the one dying. At least they don't think they are. Okay, we've almost got this one done, y'all. And then I'm done for the day because I'm sitting on a metal chair and my hind end is sore. But I still have a Timu haul to do, and um, David said there's a butt ton of mail that's gone to that address. Because if I use my PayPal, I still have to use that address because I don't want to go through the of changing it. And if I use my new bank, it comes down here. So I guess we'll have a giant mail opening and see what all I ordered because I don't remember. It's probably health stuff or something that was supposedly supposed to give you energy while you're going through thyroids. And I've drank more peptide and collagens, and just hoping that it helps. Okie dokie, and there's that one. Isn't that cute? I like the copper on them. So I'm going to hang him up here to dry too. Oh, they match almost perfectly. That's good. I know I rarely do that. Honey. Okay, let's see. What else am I going to do? I'm going to finish braiding. If you want to check out this weekend, I'm going to finish my Coyote Messenger bag. Isn't he pretty? I named him Robert. And I've got 3 raccoons to make bags out of. But Mom's, what do you call it? Industrial machine crapped out with the needles that I need because I have to have the extra big needles. And so I'm just going to have to wait to do those. And I've also got a jaw that I'm thinking I might make a necklace and crystal it. And I think that's one of the last vertebrae I have because I've made so many vertebrae earrings. So I think that's it, guys. I'm going to load up and get ready to go back up the hill and do some laundry, and that way I can be picked up to go to that event Saturday, and then I'm going to rest Sunday, and then Monday I do more thyroid blood test, and then I'll be back down here Monday night. I have no life. I should get shuffled. Did you make the what? This is just a chain that I put a toggle on. But no, these are actually Temu. This is just a chain with, and they call it an evil eye, but what it is basically is a return to sender if somebody sends you bad juju. I make a lot of stuff, but my friends never leave my home empty-handed, so I don't get to keep a lot of it. But that's okay. That's why I have friends. But I don't have a lot of my art down here because I've not moved it all down here. But when I get home, I may do a new art. Well, I definitely can do that Saturday. I can do a new art view, and you can see everything that I've made. Because I've made some, I call them birdhouse dream catchers. I don't know what else to call them. And I've made a bunch of canvases. I'm going to keep him. This is my last coyote baculum. I'm going to keep him and make him something special. Maybe I'll find another one. I do think my husband said he had some raccoon skulls. If he has a raccoon skull, I may make a rattle. But if I make a rattle, those take sometimes days. And so it's kind of, you have to just follow me, and when you see a new video, try to catch it. I mean, I'll leave my videos up, but just try to catch it and watch it, because I do everything at odd times when my health allows me to. I'm fixing to drop a whole bunch of beads. Maybe not. Okay. All right, so that's it for today. The earrings. No, these are Temu. Aren't they cute though? They're like, they look like little stirrups, and I used to train horses. So that's why I got them. Carl, now be nice. Autocorrect gets this all times. I fight with autocorrect all the time. And listen, I'm this close to a PhD, and autocorrect gets me all the time. It makes me feel real stupid. But I realize it's, whoever made autocorrect just did it to make us feel bad. I think they were like, haha, they're going to think this is a great thing, and I'm just going to make them all feel stupid. Because there are certain words you spell, and they go automatically to wordy-dirds, and I'm like, excuse me, sir, did you pattern that out? Makes me wonder. Okie dokie, what am I doing here? Is that mine? No. Between my mother's craft shop and quilt shop and my, you never know. Oh, look, this is a whole bag of selenite. So lots of times when I make dream catchers and stuff, or rattles and stuff. I put a lot of selenite. I put a lot of everything on them. Gosh almighty. A lot of stuff you have to buy across seas, so you have to pay international. But every once in a while, you can find somebody that has selenite. I actually have like a 400-pound chunk of selenite in my living room. It looks like a coffee table on it, like a small coffee table. My friend thought it would help my health, and so she brought it down to me. And so, like, every day for like 45 minutes when I'm home, I have 2 homes. I'm a nomad. When I'm at that home, I sit and just let my feet touch it for like 45 minutes. Good Lord have mercy. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. Ouch. This is a little bitty one and a big. So selenite, if you've ever seen it up close in the big form, it looks like, you remember those old, they look like log candies with the stripes on them, and they look like tree bark. It looks like tree bark. And so it is come off in slivers, and if it gets wet, it will disappear on you. So you have to be very careful and keep it in dry. Like if it rains anywhere, I've got my stuff displayed, and I'm like, get it down now. But it's one of the best healing. So now I've got bird heads. Well, my mother says, please call them ravens. And I put one on here. This is a man's necklace because it's not all goo-gooed up, you know. But let's see, I've made that one. I have to put them all in a bag now. I have made that one. I'm trying to put as many crystals and gems on them as possible because that's what people are into now. And I like it. I think this is a coyote. This is my prettiest coyote one I like yet. Coyotes are like you know how you make a canoe out of a log? That's how they're shaped. And so they're really easy to put really pretty gems in. Don't ask me why they're shaped that way. Ask the good Lord because I got no idea. This is one of my gaudier raccoon ones, but it's got sea glass on it. So, and you can buy sea glass regionally, which is really weird. I think that's really weird. I've got 2 more upstairs. Well, I've got 2 or 3 more upstairs I've already done. And here are the earrings we did. And I think they turned out really good. And I love the copper. Copper is a great thing. It's great for you. It's great for the soil. Copper. And then I have abalone, but I'm picky when I use it because this crap's expensive. Okay, I'm going to load up my stuff and see where I end up. And if I go to that event tomorrow, if my body holds out, I will do a small video to show you what all's going on and what my husband does. We don't see each other a whole lot anymore because of my health, and he has to work, and I'm constantly being babysat. But it is what it is. And I've got tons of dream catchers with fur, dream catchers with bone, and then the pretty dream catchers that women like. I've got tons of those that I can show you when I get home. Don't forget your needle nose pliers. And so if you found me and you liked me, stick around. I'm pretty nice and less provoked. And then I'm kind of PG-13. But I will boot people without a problem. It doesn't bother me at all to send you going. But we mostly have a really good sub base around here. I have like 4,000, but I have a really good core group of wonderful people, and I'm blessed to have them. And I enjoy meeting new people and learning new ways of life. I know I have a weird way of life, so I like to learn other people's weird ways of life. You know, we should all share our weird ways of life. That's how we would get along better. So I'm going to do a ginormous dream catcher. I've already got some done, but I'm going to do a ginormous dream catcher out of nothing but mink yarn. That's like my next big goal. So, yep. I'll show you some stuff in the next couple of days as my body will let me. And I'm going to pack up and leave because I've got a lot of varmints to pack up. So, Cape Town, South Africa. Well, that's nice. I'm a little hillbilly. Now you have a little hillbilly friend. You know, mostly it's just the tribes that come by and ask if I've made something. So I don't really want to make any money, but I pretty much just sell them for what I got in them. It keeps my hands from going arthritic on me. My mother's canning candied cucumbers, and it's a job, you know. But now my rattles and stuff are really pretty, and I like to share them, but they've already sold. If you want to go back in my videos, you can see where I shared some of them, or in my community post. But the next couple of days should have more videos, so hang on, and as my health levels out, we'll do more. And if I disappear, don't worry, I'm having a health moment. I'll pop back up as soon as I feel better. Apparently, I'm too mean to die. So thank you so much for appreciating art. Thank you so much. I'm going to load up and get up the hill to my other home and get all that. I'm going to go to that thing, but I'm going to get all that blood work stuff done. And then I'll be back down here, and maybe I'll take you for a tour on the farm and all the farm dogs and all that stuff. So see you in a couple days. And hopefully I'll have a lot more content next week because I've been kind of MIA, and I apologize. So I'll see you later. Bye, guys.